Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Marco's Pizza card reveal for Emerge and Q-Mix present Fireworks and Fisticuffs Tuesday, July 3rd, 6 p.m. at Harrison College. Completely free show, and AW Lurch, that is the number one thing that we want people to remember throughout this entire process. Free show.
I can't believe it. Emerge is doing it again. A free event right there at Harrison College. I mean, the day before the Independence Day, a free fireworks show after that even. I mean, wow.
And Chris, as we've mentioned before, this is kind of a bit of an evolution on Downtown Throwdown. Here we actually came to the realization we are too big now for a city block, and concessions had to be made.
Right, and you know, it's a great problem to have, and again, we couldn't do it without you Emerge fans.
Yeah, and if you've got to make concessions, those are the best concessions to make.
Absolutely.
So, before we get started with the actual matches here on the event, it's been an interesting few weeks, as I feel we find ourselves, Chris, always saying here at the beginning of these shows. There have been some happenings.
A few.
One thing that we need to address right off the bat is the Cole Radrick situation. As we all know, he and Sean Kemp were run off the road a couple months ago, and Cole kind of felt like he was fine, but not too long ago he started having some issues in his head, and it's kind of a post-concussion situation. Not only that, with just the wear and tear that athletes' bodies take, it looks like
Cole Radrick just goes nonstop.
Yeah, it looks like Cole has pulled himself off of all future dates with all companies. This is not an Emerge thing. This is a Cole Radrick thing. We wish him well. But Chris, that leaves us in an interesting situation for our main event.
Without a doubt, we'll get to that. I think everyone will be pleasantly surprised.
Of course, not only that, it was not too awful long ago in Connorsville, Indiana, at a show that I was at a show that Donnie Idol was wrestling at. He was trying to compete in a tournament for a championship, and during his second round match, there was a bay door at the side of the arena. All of a sudden, the bay door opened, and I got this sick feeling in my stomach. And as Donnie Idol did a suicide dive out onto his opponent, behind him you could see Ricky.
Yeah.
And Ricky made the hour-and-a-half drive all the way to Connorsville just to put Downey out of that tournament. And, well, Chris, at this point, I guess we shouldn't be all that surprised, but it was still a shocking call that I had to make to you during intermission.
Yeah, Ricky's behavior doesn't surprise me. You look at the totality of his actions, the recent actions of REDRUM as a whole. Those were a big reason for the stipulation in the main event that we're gonna talk about a little later.
Yeah, but what was Donnie thinking, putting himself out there? I mean, he could have held off to the next Emerge event to Tuesday, July 3rd. He could have waited. What was he doing, putting himself out there on the flyer, basically telling REDRUM where he would be? It's his fault.
You know what, Lurch, he's not completely nuts.
Not entirely wrong there.
When am I ever wrong?
I all but begged Donnie Idol not to take that booking, but he had a point to prove.
And prove that point he did. I will say I sat through 2 Donnie Idol matches that night, and Donnie has not lost a step. We're in for a real treat on July 3rd. So Long story short, the main event situation is this. Donnie Idol needs a new fourth man, and we are going to be announcing that fourth man and the stipulations that are going to be set on the match a little bit later on tonight when we're talking about the main event. The first thing we want to get to is match number 1, which is the first match that we announced for this particular card. The Red, White, and Bruise 30-man Battle Royale, the winner getting an Emerge Championship match in August. And the response to this match has been completely overwhelming.
Not just from fans, but from Emerge competitors, those outside of Emerge who've wanted an opportunity. And with that, we've decided to throw in a mix of Emerge mainstays and some new talent as well.
So let's talk about just a few of the competitors that are going to be in this particular match. We are not going to tell you by any stretch of the imagination everybody that's going to be in this match. There are going to be some surprises. There are going to be a lot of debuts. There are going to be quite a few surprising returns for you. And I don't even know all of them myself. The commish is keeping this one very, very under wraps. But we'll tell you about a few of them starting off. Commish, kick us off.
With a former Outbreak champion, conniving Kenneth James.
Of course, conniving Kenneth James, we haven't seen him in Emerge in a few months, but Kenneth James has always been the kind of guy who wants gold around his waist. He's won the Outbreak Championship, he's won the Tag Team Championship, and now he's looking for that Emerge Championship. He had quite a chance last January in the E8 tournament to win that championship. Didn't get it done there, but if he can outlast 29 other men, he's going to be getting that shot, Lurch.
Oh, I expect a lot out of conniving Kenneth James. I believe he's going to go. He's probably going to go the deepest out of the field. I think he's a solid wrestler, and he's going to show you why right there Tuesday, July 3rd.
And he's a bruiser. He's a submission artist. He is one of those guys, powerhouse, low center of gravity. It's going to be hard to throw Kenneth James over the top rope. He prides himself on being one of those guys that you just can't get in the air. So that is going to be a fantastic addition, especially when you bring in a guy the likes of ATM Austin Tyler Morris, our second entrant.
Right, polar opposites. Kenneth James is ground and pound. ATM will do whatever he takes to win.
But considering this is the first match of its kind in Emerge, Lurch, do you think ATM's more athletic style could come back to haunt him?
Oh, it could, but he does have, I mean, he is in the right shape for this type of match. I mean, as we know, there's going to be a different competitor coming in once every 60 seconds. This is going to be a long-distance match, and, you know, I mean...
He certainly has the stamina to get it done, for sure.
That's what they say, and hopefully he will show you why everybody's been investing and depositing into ATM here lately.
Well, Dave Davidson, no surprise. Dave Davidson, in his return to Emerge from injury, was the first person to say he wanted to be in this match, throw his name in the hat, and
he demanded to be in this match.
We have a number of people returning to Emerge, and Dave Davidson is one of those. It'll be interesting to see, of course, depending on the placement, depending on who draws what numbers, Kenneth James and Dave Davidson might never see each other in this match, but if they do, you got to wonder if a Hellfire Club reunion is in the works.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a good point. The Hellfire Club, we've seen them tear up Emerge Wrestling here in the past, and I wouldn't be surprised to actually see them team up and try to make it deep.
Well, on the topic of the Hellfire Club, our next member is a member of the original Hellfire Club. Some would say the leader of the original Hellfire Club, that being Jeremy Hadley. Jeremy Hadley is a no-brainer to put in this match. After all, Chris, we know he's been gunning for that big title. Also, in his case, the only one he hasn't held.
Right, we've got a number of guys that are going for the triple threat, triple crown And if anybody can get it done, it's Warfare Jeremy Hadley.
Now, we're also going to be mixing in a lot of newcomers to Emerge Wrestling. We've scouted. We have looked at all of the applications. A team of us had to sit in the office working on all of the applications for this match.
How much tape have we looked at?
So much. It seems like that's all I do some days.
Yeah.
So, going to tell you about a couple of the newcomers in this match. First and foremost, well, not necessarily foremost, but certainly a strong addition to the Emerge roster in J-Plex. J-Plex is a guy who takes no names, takes no prisoners. I've seen a lot of his stuff. He's got an athletic side, but he's also a big guy. He can knock you down. He can keep you down. And he's got a nasty mean streak under that mask for sure.
Yeah, you look at it, that again, looking at tape, he's a guy that really pops when you look at it at his matches.
And then, of course, we have the wild thing, Chuck McRoberts. I'm sure our fans, to a certain extent at least, Lurch, will be familiar with Chuck.
Sure, no doubt. And I expect Chuck McRoberts to knock the uppercuts, knock people straight over the top rope, flying lariats, all kinds of action from Chuck McRoberts. I mean...
And we have a couple more participants to announce a little bit later on in the night, which is going to be a lot of fun. You'll see why when we get to those participants. But I do want to take this opportunity to officially announce there is an added prize for whoever wins this Battle Royale.
What are you talking about?
Oh, wait, you didn't hear, Commish? Austin Fury has officially put his title on the line in this Battle Royale. Whoever wins this match is going to be your new Cardboard Outbreak champion. And really, if you think about it, Kenneth James and Jeremy Hadley, we were talking about them winning every championship. They haven't been Cardboard Outbreak champion either.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that's a complete disrespect to the Outbreak Championship for Austin Fury to be doing that. I mean, I was looking at the belt the other day, the Cardboard Outbreak Championship, and you turn it around, it says Marco's Pizza on it. I mean, are you serious?
Well, he's supporting our sponsors. You should like that.
I guess that's a good point.
No. No. Stop it. Austin. Let's move on.
All right. Match number 2 is going to take place. It's going to be for your Outbreak Championship.
The real one.
2. Go ahead.
All right. Sorry. Beautiful Bret Havoc defends against Picture Perfect Jordan Cage.
And what a match this is going to be. We were saying during the commentary of Cage and Vandy at the last show, this is a match that could have title implications, and we were not privy to this information, obviously, but this is a match made in heaven, I think, right here. It's going to be... All of these matches are going to be fantastic, but this is going to be a real crowd pleaser, I think.
And right where Picture Perfect Jordan Cage needs to be, a championship match. I mean, very deserving. Jordan Cage, I mean, if anybody but Lennox Norris is going to go against Beautiful Bret Havoc, I'm glad it's Jordan Cage. That's what I can say, Commish.
I will say, I don't like Jordan Cage's attitude most of the time, Commish, but he has earned this shot by far. And Bret Havoc earned his way to that championship.
Right, and Cage earned this match. He defeated Mark Vandy at Emerge 33. He had a great series with Chris Caliber, and you look at Beautiful Bret Havoc coming off a pair of great matches, winning the title from Lennox Norris at Emerge 32, successfully defending against 4 other guys at Emerge 33. It's going to be a great match.
And you mentioned his series with Chris Caliber. Jordan Cage walks in with a chip on his shoulder. Jordan Cage still legitimately believes, Chris, that he is the rightful Emerge champion.
He believes it, but he has to deliver.
I would be inclined to agree. However, announcement time, both of the men in this match have a clear path to the Emerge Championship because both of these men will be competing in the Red, White, and Bruise 30-man Battle Royale.
And you know what that means? A potential of becoming a double champion.
And that would be the first time that's ever happened in Emerge.
And Jordan Cage is going to be the first ever to prove that, to show that, to be that double champion. Picture perfect Jordan Cage. I mean, this is I mean, you're going to have fireworks at the end of the night. I mean, this couldn't be planned any better.
And I will say, if Jordan Cage is able to outlast 29 other guys, then turn around and defeat Bret Havoc, then in August take down whoever the Emerge champion is at that time, there will be no denying that Jordan Cage really is the real deal. And I would be hard-pressed to deny that anyway, but I shudder to think how much Jordan Cage will have to say if he's able to pull that off. He'll write a book probably on how great he is.
And you know what? If he can pull it off, rightfully so.
Well, those are our first two matches. We have got 2 matches to go, but before we get to the back half of our card, we want to take an opportunity to thank Marco's Pizza for all of their support. We cannot bring you this show without Marco's, so let's take a moment to hear from them.
If you're in the mood for some great authentic Italian food at a fantastic price, try Marco's. Subs, wings, salads, and the best pizza around. 2 locations in Columbus at 2019 25th Street and 3532 West 2 Mile House Road. Along with daily hot deals, receive a free order of cheesy bread for signing up for Marco's E-Club. You can learn more at marcos.com. Marco's, the official pizza of Emerge.
Of course, we want to thank Marco's Pizza. We want to thank all of our sponsors for their support. Very candidly, we cannot bring you a completely free event every year with the caliber of talent, no pun intended, but the level of talent that Emerge has without our sponsors and, of course, without your support. And so we thank you, we thank them, and it's because of you guys that we get to bring you matches like these next two. Match number 3, not even the main event, but for the Emerge Championship. And we have been very, very adamant in times past about the Emerge Championship is always the main event of the show. We never want to disrespect a title. We never want to put it below main event status. It takes the match we're about to hear about to make that happen. But the Emerge Championship, Chris Caliber takes on Scotty Young.
Yeah, Young was victorious in a hard-fought number 1 contenders match at Emerge 33. I've heard people say, question the validity of that victory, but he earned the opportunity nonetheless.
And you folks are about to witness the era of Scotty Young. I mean, we've already seen the Emerge Championship be defended by Chris Caliber against people like Zodiac, Chris Silvio, Jacob Johns, Dylan Bostic, Congo Kong, even Picture Perfect Jordan Cage. But Scotty Young, the most deserving, the winner, the most excellent wrestler we have, is going to take that right away from Caliber.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. The last time Chris Caliber was outside an Emerge event, he did pretty okay for himself. But with that being said, I will say, just looking to the future, whoever does take down Chris Caliber after this run that he's had, that is going to be a huge feather in their cap for the rest of their career.
Yeah, and think back, this isn't Scotty Young's first shot at the Emerge title, and Chris Caliber specifically. He was very close to pulling out a victory. You got to wonder if the second bite of the apple will prove victorious.
Oh, it will. It will. Scotty, I mean, he just now took out a monster. Scotty Young is going to go to...
Are you going to throw out another famous A.W. Lurch guarantee?
I guarantee you Scotty Young will win. Yeah, I will. I guarantee you Scotty Young will win the Emerge Championship, and if he doesn't, I will eat one of these boxes right here on the live stream. If Scotty Young doesn't win, I will eat one of those boxes.
I want you to isolate that and save it.
Oh, I will. Maybe next month we'll be here and he'll be eating a box. That would be awesome. Okay. So, with that being said, if you're on a show where Chris Caliber versus Scotty Young isn't the main event, your main event better be able to back it up. And I think we are finally going to see the showdown that we have all been waiting for. Of course, our main event presented by Powerhouse Brewing and Marco's Pizza, REDRUM, is going to take on Team Idol. Of course, REDRUM consists of Ricky Ruckus, Alistair Wilde, Chris Morris, and now Jonathan Wolf. Somehow, Team Idol will be Donnie Idol, TJ Kemp, the Midwest Mutt Sean Kemp, and Chris, well, I guess that's why we're here.
Yeah, with Cole Radrick being injured, I had to look for a fourth man for Team Idol, and after talking to Donnie, decided on one guy and called him, and without a hesitation, he said yes.
Another return to emerge.
Yukon Mike.
And ever since things went down at Emerge 30 Revelations, Yukon Mike has been waiting to get his shot at Chris Morris. He has laid in wait. He's waited for his opportunity. And now, unfortunately, Cole Radrick is out, but Big Mike is in. And the entire landscape of this match, get it? Lumberjack landscape, is going to change drastically with Mike in the ring.
I mean, BAD, they were once tag team champions here, and
twice.
Now they're going to be in the ring against each other.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up, because we have talked for a while now about a stipulation on this match.
Indeed.
And it's not... You say it in such a good way. They're going to be in the ring against each other. Lurch, they are not just going to be inside a ring.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Emerge Wrestling is proud to announce Tuesday, July 3rd, the only match that can contain this action, and we're calling it Caged Combat. First thing you got to bring in is, yes, this match will be contested inside of a steel cage. And Chris, like you said earlier, Ruckus following Donnie Idol all the way to Connorsville. Ruckus deciding to split when Donnie Idol got to the ring last month. It just seems like a natural fit.
Right. There's no escape. The match begins with one man from each team. Every 2 minutes, another member of a team enters, leaving that team with a 2-on-1 advantage until all 8 men are in the ring. Winner is determined by pinfall or submission.
And this match is going to be of epic proportions for sure. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. There's nothing that anybody in this match can do about it. And not only to mention that, Lurch, but that steel is unforgiving.
You're doing the main event in a steel cage match. We got 8 contenders in the match.
Gang warfare inside of a cage, and it is all for free.
Just bring your lawn chair.
Yep, and it is at this time that I do want to throw out a little bit of a disclaimer. We suggest you get there as early as possible. If you've been in the Columbus area on the day of the QMix fireworks, you know that for miles it is just cars lining the roads, people trying to get the best view. Well, the best view is going to be ringside. Our show is going to be from 6 to 8, and what takes this from a show to a bona fide event is what comes surrounding it. There's going to be a live band from 8 o'clock playing you all the way up to the fireworks. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going on. It's somewhere you're going to want to spend your entire day. So get there. Be sure that you can get a seat, because this is going to be an unprecedented crowd, Chris.
Oh, without question. There are going to be thousands of people there. So we're going to have a whole new audience for Emerge. But for those of you who come each and every month, we want to make sure you get there and get the best seats possible.
And any time, just about any weekend, you can go see a wrestling show. Very, very rarely does it become such an event as this, A.W. Lurch.
I mean, you're talking about a 30-man battle royal, championship match after championship match, and a steel cage match, main event, followed by fireworks and live music. I mean, you're right.
And, of course, one thing that we've neglected to mention this entire night are our friends at Harrison College. As you know, Emerge never, ever, ever wants to do anything without giving back. Giving back is what brought us to the level of success that we've gotten, and we're never going to be too big to give back. Every single penny that gets raised, whether it's through concessions, raffles, what have you, at this event, is going to go toward the Harrison College Scholarship Foundation, and we are going to put that money towards somebody's education, which, Chris, I'm biased here, but I think that's one of the most important things you can do for a person.
Oh, without a doubt. And you mentioned with the previous downtown throwdowns, we've always given back, and every year as the event grows, our efforts to give back grow as well. So we hope to do this even bigger and better next year.
And we thank you for your support so far in putting this event together. I even heard one of our Emerge fans saying, "Hey, I graduated from Harrison, so thank you guys for doing this." That was really cool. And you got to keep in mind too, this is not just in-ring action. This is a day of entertainment. This is bring your entire family. This is spend the entire day there. As a matter of fact, right across the field in the Ivy Tech parking lot, there are going to be all kinds of food trucks and vendors and everything. If you get there at 10 a.m., people, there is going to be stuff that you can do all day. You will not get bored, and it all leads up to your main events of the evening, your official pre-show for the Q-Mix musical fireworks and fisticuffs, followed by a live band and followed by, I would dare say, probably the most popular fireworks display in the state, at least.
Of course.
And so all of that happens Tuesday, July 3rd, and if there is ever one show that I could say, please do not miss this show, it is this show. Come out, show your support, bring your lawn chairs, get a ringside seat, and see the best professional wrestling that this country has to offer. My name is Casey Johnson, alongside me, Commissioner Chris Lowe, A.W. Lurch, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Lurch,
right,
at Fireworks and Fisticuffs.